Jujutsu Kaisen consistently broken the internet with some of the greatest fight choreography in anime history, with a magic system that requires a math degree to understand. Today, we are counting down the top 10 best animated Jujutsu Kaisen fights. There's no manga spoilers here. Drop a like, subscribe to the channel, and comment your favorite fight scene in the series. Choso vs. Naoya Zen'in. Starting of our list at number 20 is a battle of pure pride. When Naoya steps in to intercept Choso, his speed makes him look untouchable. For the first half of this fight, Choso is practically a punching bag. By flooding the narrow underpass with his own blood, he entirely eliminates Naoya's movement options. The final frame, where he drops a devastating supernova, is a massive win for big brothers everywhere. Toji Fushiguro vs. Dagon.
One who could not completely cast off that curse. To the one who left it all behind. And taking action.
Taking the number 19 spot is arguably the biggest vibe shift in the entire Shibuya incident. Hanami, Maki, and Mahito are literally on the brink of death inside a special gray domain, when suddenly, a resurrected Toji Fushiguro casually walks through the door like he owns the place. The animation team did a phenomenal job conveying the absolute terror of a man with zero cursed energy completely overriding a curse's domain. He literally runs on top of the water, snatches Playful Cloud right out of Maki's hands, and sharpens the ends of the staff into lethal points. Watching him effortlessly turn a terrifying special gray disaster curse into absolute fish bait is pure, unadulterated hype. Maki Zen'in vs. Naoya Zen'in. If her fight with her father was about raw liberation, her rematch against Naoya is pure, undisputed catharsis. Naoya is moving at top speed, stacking frames using projection sorcery until the screen is vibrating with kinetic movement. But Maki's newfound senses allow her to see the very air current changes around him. The animation drops into a suspenseful, slow-motion sequence as Maki steps right into his path, matching his frame rate perfectly to deliver a single, jaw-breaking punch that ends the Zen'in lineage once and for all.
逆に絶えず術式を重ねれば重ねるほど出せる。中の1秒で動く。このジジイもお前も早い。このリゼット。
Yuta Okkotsu vs. Yuji Itadori. The stakes at the start of Season 3 were at an all-time high, and nothing made that clearer than Yuta coming back to execute Yuji. This fight strips away the flashy colors and replaces them with a gritty, terrifying realism. Yuta moves with an eerie, effortless pressure, his cursed energy described as a crushing, heavy ocean.
taught me this!
You're putting too much focus into the blade. I'm sorry.
Megumi Fushiguro versus Reggie Star.
領域展開環合暗影帝そのステージに術師だったとはね。俺は別に大技がないとは言ってねえよ。
At number 16 is the ultimate brain-melting tactical war from the Culling game. Megumi vs. Reggie Star is an incredible watch because it feels completely different from a standard Shonen Punch fest. Reggie uses contract receipts to manifest physical weight, forcing Megumi to drop an incomplete Chimera Shadow Garden just to turn the entire gymnasium building into his own Shadow Vault.
領域展開環合暗影帝
性能を持つ
残念でした
敵にあえて術式を付与しないことで潜在能力を 120% 引き出すためのものに過ぎないだが
この領域の下は気になっていた未完成でも領域は領域上も影だ
Panda vs. Mechamaru.
トライどころの
Sliding into our list at number 15 is the ultimate clash of steel and fur from Season 1. Panda vs. Mechamaru is an absolute blast because of how well Mappa handles physical weight. When Mechamaru unleashes his heavy artillery, the screen shakes with explosive visual effects. But the real highlight is when Panda shifts into gorilla mode. The animation shifts to deliver heavy, impactful frames where you can literally feel the kinetic force behind every single punch, throwing Mechamaru's metal chassis across the forest. Yuta Okkotsu versus Ryu Ishigori versus Takako Yuro.
おいでリカ全部だ式神の完全権限
どういう理屈だ
Taking the number 14 spot is the absolute madness of the Sendai colony deadlock. When Yuta gets dropped into a three-way war against two ancient powerhouses, Mappa completely goes off the rails with the visual effects. This fight is pure sensory overload in the best way possible. You have Yuro literally bending the sky like a sheet of plastic, Ryu firing massive, high-caliber granite blasts that tear through concrete, and Yuta right in the middle holding his own. The choreography gracefully balances all three combatants, culminating in a sequence where Yuta copies Yuro's space warping technique to redirect a laser beam right back at Ryu. It's colorful, chaotic, and an incredible display of high-tier culling game sorcery.
そうやって嘘吹くのはいつだって何者かになったものだ
言葉じゃねえだろ領域展開
Megumi Fushiguro versus the Finger Bearer.
Stronger New way
This is the exact moment Megumi stopped holding himself back. Facing certain death against a special grade, Megumi realizes his habit of trying to sacrifice himself is holding him back. The animation during his awakening is wonderfully unhinged. The colors invert, the shadows morph into fluid, ink-like waves, and Megumi unleashes his incomplete chimera, Shadow Garden.
Expansion! Chimera Shadow Garden!
It's a beautifully dark, frantic sequence that perfectly visualizes a sorcerer breaking past their own mental limits.
It's incomplete, and it's ugly work at best. Of the technique!
Megumi Fushiguro versus Toji Fushiguro.
イメージするんだ。こいつに勝つイメージ。勝つ。
Talk about a toxic family reunion. When a resurrected Toji locks eyes with Megumi in Shibuya, what follows is a terrifying game of cat and mouse. The animation team did a phenomenal job conveying Toji's unnatural, monstrous speed. He doesn't just run. He glides across the pavement, turning a broken piece of playful cloud into a weapon of absolute destruction. The choreography forces Megumi to use his Shikigami defensively in a desperate, high-speed tactical retreat that keeps you on the edge of your seat. Maki Zen'in versus OG Zen'in. Just missing out on the top 10 is a cold-blooded masterpiece from Season 3. After the Zen'in clan tries to execute Maki and her sister, Maki undergoes her ultimate evolution. Stripped of all cursed energy, her physical stats skyrocket to match Toji himself. When she instantly blitzes her own father. And just like that, we are officially crossing the threshold into the top 10. If you're enjoying the countdown so far, do your boy a massive favor. Smash that like button right now and subscribe to the channel. Now, let's be real for a second. Jujutsu Kaisen has an absolute mountain of incredible encounters, and ranking them is a battle of its own. If we missed one of your personal favorite, or if you want to see a part 2 and specific encounters from the series, let us know down in the comments below. With that out of the way, let's get right back into video. Starting off the top 10, Gojo Satorou versus Miguel.
俺だよ。特急。今忙しいんだ。
Cracking the top 10 at number 10 is a fight that deserves massive respect, mostly because of the sheer survival feat on display. In Jujutsu Kaisen 0, Miguel is given the ultimate suicide mission: keep Gojo Satoru busy. And against all odds, he actually pulls it off. Because this is movie budget Mappa, Gojo's hand-to-hand combat is turned up to an absolute 11. He is moving so fast, he's practically teleporting, throwing heavy, brutal combinations that shatter the pavement. Gojo Satoru versus the Disaster Curses. At number 9, we have the terrifying introduction to the Shibuya incident. What makes this fight insane isn't just the visuals, it's the stakes. Gojo is trapped in a subway packed with thousands of civilians, forcing him to fight completely raw without using his massive cursed techniques.
あくまでも情報狙い。宣告の宣言は心理誘導か。そしてこの男。
無加減の術式を解いている
Yet, even with his hands tied, the animation showcases Gojo's absolute dominance. Watching him casually walk up to Hanami and literally rip her roots out of her head is pure horror movie energy, culminating in that legendary 0.2 second domain expansion.
こっちのウドはもうそれに耐える元気ないんじゃない次
Yuji and Todo versus Hanami.
凄まじい集中
Next up at number 8 is the birth of the ultimate anime brotherhood. When Hanami crashes the Goodwill event, Yuji and Todo team up for a sequence that rewrote the rules of shonen fight choreography. The animators went absolutely wild here, utilizing tracking shots that follow Todo's boogie-woogie technique seamlessly. The visual rhythm of clapping, switching places, and instantly launching heavy-hitting physical attacks makes this one of the most rewatchable and fluid fights in the entire series.
Gojo Satorou 相手にするほどおごっていないそれ以上進むな紫相変わらず規格外だな黙れイエーイ
Yuta Okkotsu versus Suguru Geto.
Come out! Rika!
Shall we pick up where we left off?
Taking the number 7 spot is the cinematic masterpiece from Jujutsu Kaisen 0. Movie budget Mappa is a completely different beast. The final clash between Yuta and Geto is an absolute spectacle. The choreography is incredibly fast-paced, featuring intricate swordplay, heavy martial arts, and massive scales of cursed energy. When Yuta fully manifests Rika to counter Geto's maximum Uzumaki, the screen explodes in a brilliant flash of light and raw emotion. It's cinematic peak.
Maki's incredible. It's true. All my friends are so amazing and strong. And you, Rika, you are too! I'll beat you to a pulp! Follow my lead, Rika.
Yuji Itadori versus Choso.
Itadori Yuji 弟の仇白蓮
赤血操術白蓮白蓮で圧縮した血液を一点から解放打ち出された血液の初速は音速をも超える
At number 6, we get down and dirty. Yuji versus Choso inside the Shibuya subway station is widely considered one of the most technically sound hand-to-hand fights in modern anime. The animators traded massive explosions for hyper-realistic, claustrophobic martial arts choreography. The lighting from the neon signs, the fluid tracking of Choso's blood manipulation, and the impactful, heavy thuds of every single punch make you feel every ounce of pain Yuji is going through.
から右をおとりにしたこの一撃はそんなものか。まだまだ
Cracking the top 5, we witness what happens when a literal natural disaster meets the king of curses. When Sukuna takes over Yuji's body and fights Jogo, Mappa completely threw out standard art styles to deliver an abstract, apocalyptic spectacle. Buildings melt from the sheer air temperature, sewer lids pop off like champagne corks, and a massive meteor is dropped on Shibuya, ending with a fire arrow that literally turns the screen into a brilliant ocean of glass. Gojo Satorou vs. Toji Fushiguro.
パイになってる。だが死に際で掴んだ重力の確信。
Number 4 brings us the awakening of the strongest. After Toji brutally dispatches a teenage Gojo in round 1, Gojo unlocks the reverse curse technique at the brink of death and returns completely altered. The animation perfectly captures Gojo's manic, enlightened state of mind. And when he drops the hollow purple, the sound design cuts out, the animation sharpens, and Toji is simply erased from existence.
勝負はこれからだろう。そうだな。そうかもな。術式反転。赤。化け物が。すべて問題なし。誰も憎んじゃいない。今はただただこの世界が心地いい。天上天下唯我独尊。だがこれは五条家の中でもごく一部の人間しか知らない。順天と反転、それぞれの無限を衝突させることで生成される仮想の質量を押し出す。挙式、紫。否定したくなった。ねじ伏せてみたくなった。俺を否定した全員家、呪術界、その頂点を。自分を肯定するためにいつもの自分を曲げちまった。その時点で負けていた。
Taking the bronze medal is the emotional and chaotic climax of the Shibuya incident. Yuji and Todo vs. Mahito is a relentless, multi-episode marathon of pain and triumph. From Todo using Mahito's own hand to clap and activate Boogie Woogie, to Yuji completely breaking Mahito's spirit, the animation is aggressively intense, culminating in the iconic metaphor of a wolf hunting a terrified rabbit through the snow. And number 2, we have the recent masterpiece from Season 3. The fight against Higuruma Hiromi is a masterclass in unique direction and narrative-driven action. Stripped of his cursed energy by the deadly sentencing domain, Yuji is forced to rely entirely on his freakish physical strength. The animators opted for incredibly clean lines, gorgeous cinematic lighting, and a grounded, brutal gun-fu style of hand-to-hand combat using Higuruma's gavel. It's easily one of the most visually sophisticated and satisfying fights Mappa has ever put together.
開花から12日間で一級術師と比べても遜色のないレベルまで成長。コロニー侵入前に数多くプレイヤーを返り討ちにするに至る。
But standing at the absolute top of the mountain at number 1 is Sukuna versus Mahoraga. This isn't just a fight. It's an entire event that pushed the boundaries of what TV anime animation could physically do, especially in the expanded Blu-ray cuts. The scale of destruction is completely unprecedented. Mahoraga adapts to everything Sukuna throws at him, resulting in a chaotic, fast-paced battle that tears through airplanes, skyscrapers, and city blocks like paper. It all leads to the terrifying activation of Malevolent Shrine, vaporizing everything within a 140-meter radius into pure dust. It is the definition of a studio flexing its visual power.
Mappa やってくれたな。見えてるな。やはりヤマタノオロチに近いものだな。フルのこととあの法人は完全な循環と調和を意味する。あの時の俺なら破れていたかもしれんな。領域展開福間水氏ウーガ
Mappa has consistently raised the bar with Jujutsu Kaisen, and with the culling game fully underway in Season 3, the fights are only going to get crazier from here. But what about you guys? Which animated JJK fight is your personal number 1? Did Yuji and Higuruma earn the top spots for you? Or are you still picking up your jaw from the Mahoraga fight? Let me know your personal rankings in the comments below. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more deep dives, and I'll see you in the next Wasteland. Peace.